I would want to thank many of those that are here with us this afternoon, that have been part of this program and supporting what the Department of Africana Studies is doing. The Interim Provost, Susan Alcock, has been a very strong advocate of the department and supporting us in what we are doing during this Africa Week. And we are grateful that she took time out of her busy schedule to join us this afternoon. Associate Dean Roy Barnes would have been at an executive committee meeting of the college, but felt that there is a calling here, and we appreciate that. The director of ICC, Intercultural Center, David Luke, has been here earlier on and has supported this series of events of Africa Week also. And we thank you very much. Chairs of departments from the college, Jennifer Alvey, I remember last year you were there, this year you are here, bringing in faculty and your students. We really appreciate that approach to our collective and collaborative work in the college, along with Daniel Belcock from anthropology. And students are also not left behind. There is the student government president, along with quite a number of students. Yukari Aganda, who is the president of the student union government here at UM-Flint. Thank you very much. Despite the short notice, you took time to come. We really appreciate it. Having said that, I want to say that the Africa Week is a program that was initiated by our elder statesman. I call him our elder statesman in the department, Professor Ernest Imenyanu. He was the one that conceived this idea. And for the last 6 years, the department has been working very hard to sharpen the way that we present this event. And it is not just about an event that we gather and eat and there is a performance and we feel good. I believe that Ernest had more than that. From my interactions with him and from just watching him within the department, my sense is that he wants that Africana Studies Department plays an important role in the college, in the community, about deepening awareness across cultures and difference, that we have a lot that unites us than what divides us as humanity, right? That difference is always constructed and framed. And I think he has a very interesting idea in that. And we look forward to your book. We look forward to the book that you are working on in trying to frame this idea of the contributions of cultures across time and space in the literary field. Africans, African Americans, Africans in the diaspora, and their contribution to humanity and to modernity. That is the idea behind the Africa Week and other related themes. And so it comes in with the mission of the department, that as a department, we see ourselves as other units desiring to deepen student knowledge and understanding from a multidisciplinary perspective. And that we want our students to think outside the box. We want our students, when they approach issues of difference, whether it is race or other identities, social origins, etc., to be able to listen to what others are saying, to be able to critically reflect on what others are saying, rather than to think within the box. That if we continue to think within the box, and then produce students that also think within the box, then we have a major challenge as humanity. So the Department of Africana Studies sees its contribution in the college coming from this perspective of multidisciplinarity. And the speakers that we have been bringing over the last 6 years have all tried to draw our attention in one way or the other to these themes. And in doing this work, several units in the university have been supporting us. The Office of the College of Arts and Science Dean, as I mentioned, the Office of the Provost, Intercultural Center Office, Anthropology Department, along with Political Science and Philosophy have all been supportive. I was telling the Associate Dean earlier on that Flint Public Library has been one of our major supporters with whom we have collaborated over the years. Leslie, our advocate there, has joined us this afternoon. Difference, wherever we find ourselves in our units, in our various areas of endeavor, is okay, but that when we collaborate, then objectives get accomplished. We would continue to do that. Our mission, in spite of declining resources, striving to internationalize the curriculum to ensure that we grow our major, deepen our involvement with K-12 programs in the area high schools. We have seen the potentials with the performance of these students from Carmen Ainsworth. It means that there is a lot of potentials that the Department of Africana Studies will work on. And we thank you very much that you took time to come this afternoon to join us for this event. I would also conclude by thanking the parents of these young girls, angels in motion, that have joined us today in this event. And with that, I will call on the Interim Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs here at UM-Flint, Susan Alcock, to make her remarks.
Africa Week 2019, I think the sixth of its name, is a series of celebrations and activities that explore the vibrant ties that exist between Africa and its diaspora. Its goal, by showcasing artists, experts, and works from across the city, state, country, and world, the hope is to give individuals from our campus and our community an opportunity to come together and share in the learning of culture, history, and experience. Now that is a wonderful ambition, and I'm glad to see so many people here today to honor it. Now the people in this room, I'm sure, come from numerous different perspectives and different life experiences from different academic and different personal trajectories. But there are magnets embedded in this kind of event and these kinds of conversations, sort of like magnetic pulls that you can't disregard or ignore. Not honestly, anyway. And that magnetic field is, or it should be, especially powerful in a university community. I would say that there is nothing you can do on this campus or in our city that shouldn't lead you back somehow to thinking about the work and about the narratives of Africa Week. I want to give you just one example. I am by training, some of you may know I'm a classicist, I'm an archaeologist. In other words, I work on matters long dead and gone, seemingly far distant from today's concerns, really just about as irrelevant as possible in many ways, and certainly way, way, way out of the box, Dauda. But in my academic wanderings, I have encountered on more than one occasion the power and the pain of diaspora, of the diasporic experience. Diaspora is one of those human phenomena like empires or war or inequality that goes way back in time. For example, once upon a time, I did archaeology in Greece in an area called Messenia. Now, nearly 3,000 years ago, Messenia was conquered by the Spartans. You've all probably heard of the Spartans, warlike, you've all seen the movie 300, you know, militaristic, nasty. And the residents of conquered Messenia were turned into what were called helots, and that's a term you will still hear today, helots. In other words, the Messenians became serfs, a dependent population, badly treated, dehumanized workers for the Spartan not-so-military industrial complex. But they fought back, the Messenians, they revolted, and some of them, those that could, they fled. From Greece, they went to Italy, to North Africa, to anywhere they could settle. But they never really settled. They kept their gods, they kept their language, they called themselves Messenian, and they did that for centuries. And we are told that after the defeat, after the end of Spartan power, they were given the chance to go back. And after hundreds of years of exile, they did just that. They went back to Greece with their gods and their language. They built a city called Messene. They called it home. And then they threw the most amazing party. Or so we are told. Now, all this happened a long time ago in a country far, far away, and the story is a mix of myth and legend and maybe some history. But that doesn't matter. What it reveals are strong patterns of human behavior and belief, of the power of connection and of place, of a sense of belonging across time and space, of identity and resistance, of resilience and of pride. Now, it's important to listen to such stories and honor such patterns wherever in time or space or geography or scale or history they happen to occur. And they are everywhere running through Africa Week. I want to thank the organizers of this week's varied events for giving us the opportunity to come together and share in the learning of culture, history, and experience around these powerful and often painful topics. Such sharing binds, enriches, and strengthens us all across our entire community. And there is very, very little that is more important than that. Thank you very much.